Always a question on hypertensive crisis. Now, there's 3 different kinds of hypertensive crisis. There's essential hypertension, there is accelerated hypertension, and then there is malignant hypertension. On the exam, they ask you about malignant hypertension. Just for your own information, accelerated hypertension is a diastolic that is greater than 120. And it's associated with retinal hemorrhages. Now, malignant hypertension, which is on the exam, is a diastolic blood pressure greater than 140. Not 140, but greater than 140. So if you have a blood pressure 240 over 142, that is malignant hypertension. So malignant hypertension, a diastolic greater than 140. And it's associated with retinal hemorrhages and papilledema. The treatment, just for your own information, would be vasodilators and sympathetic blocking agents. But what you have to know for the exam is the diastolic number with malignant hypertension, and you know that it's greater than 140. Good, learning has occurred. One question down, cardiomyopathy. Always questions on cardiomyopathy. Now, there's 3 kinds of cardiomyopathy. There's dilated cardiomyopathy, which responds very nicely to digoxin. There's hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, which is what they ask you on the exam. And then there's restrictive cardiomyopathy. On the exam, they ask you about hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. Now, hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, HCM, is the same thing as hypertrophic obstructive cardiomyopathy, HOCM, which is the same thing as idiopathic hypertrophic subaortic stenosis, IHSS. So HCM, HOCM, and IHSS are all the same thing. So idiopathic hypertrophic subaortic stenosis is the same thing as hypertrophic obstructive cardiomyopathy, which is the same thing as hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. And so what is this? A fat septum. That's what it is. You got yourself a really big fat septum, and your big fat septum hangs out into your left ventricle. So rather than your left ventricle filling up with 70 cc's, it only fills up with 30. Why? Your big fat ventricular septum is hanging into your left ventricle. So you have a decrease in cardiac output. That's it. So you can't go to a doctor and say, listen, I don't feel good anymore. I don't know, I have no energy, I'm weak, I come upstairs, I get short of breath, I think I have palpitations, I feel like I'm dying. He can't say to you, you got a fat septum, give me $750. You wouldn't give him any money. Whereas if he says to you, while you have idiopathic hypertrophic subaortic stenosis, you're thinking he's the smartest doctor in the world. So IHSS, HOCM, and HCM, what is it? A big fat ventricular septum that hangs out into your left ventricle.
What's really good, future and all my day ones? Thank you for tuning into this video. As you can see, the videos I showcased before this video rolled was all clips of Laura Gasparis, and I wanted to address that and say thank you, Laura Gasparis. Without your videotapes, I would not be a CCRN today. And a matter of fact, this came in the mail a couple weeks ago, and I am very proud to have this on my wall. I wanted to vouch for her videotapes, and let's just say she reached out to me personally and I took down the videos. To be honest, her review series are great, and let me tell you why. When I first started my ICU experience, to be honest, I was scared. And for those who may or may not know, I am in a cardiac surgery ICU setting where I take care of fresh post-ops. And I only did 1 year of a cardiac surgery, a year and a half of cardiac surgery before I started to go do travel nursing. And it was travel nursing that's actually put everything into perspective. But when I went back to my old unit, I told myself that I wanted to have my CCRN prior to going back, and I read the book Barron's CCRN, and that book, it was probably the most boring book I've ever read. Very informational, but it did not cover the topics that needed to be hit. And this is the reason why I am vouching for her video series tape, and I will be leaving all the links possible on this page and also down below for you to go ahead and purchase her series. It is very inexpensive. It's $150, and I'm pretty sure you're already a nurse, you're making money. $150 isn't that much. if you do want to pass this CCRN, I do suggest you go check out her page. I'll be linking that all over again. And I hope you guys do take the time to go check her page out. She even has a series on hemodynamics, and she also has an MP3 series. So besides that, I hope you guys are doing well. I'll be seeing you guys in the next videos to come. Again, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.